At that time the Lord said unto Joshua, Make thee sharp knives, and circumcise again the children of Israel the second time. Joshua 5, verse 2. Israel was now in the promised land, but they find that entrance into its blessings and glory is barred by the strong fortress of Jericho, which loomed in their path. In the natural, its conquest was impossible to Israel, for its walls were great and high. The city, which was a type of hindrances to blessing, must be subdued. But God cannot give victory to the flesh, self. Hence the flesh must be put to death, which can only be done by the believer looking exclusively to Christ and what Christ has done for us at the cross. This then gives the Holy Spirit, who alone can subdue the flesh, latitude to work within our lives. To symbolize what Christ would do, of which all of this was a type, the Lord gave instructions to Joshua that all males of Israel had to be circumcised. This had to be done nearly 40 years before Leviticus 12:3. However, evidently the generation of males born in the wilderness had not yet been circumcised. So Joshua was instructed now to carry out this rite. The Lord was instructing Joshua to completely immobilize his entire fighting force. Moreover, they would remain that way for several days. Should they be attacked, the soreness would make it impossible for them to defend Israel. This was, however, what the Lord wanted, in order to show that Israel's strength was not in its physical power. Circumcision symbolized the cross and death to self. First of all, there was the shedding of blood, which signified Christ shedding his blood on the cross of Calvary. Second, there was a cutting or separation of the flesh, which signified death to self. As someone has said, when Jesus died on the cross, he died to save us not only from sin, but also from self. Circumcision signified both. This tells us that the only way the believer can have victory over the Jerichos in his life is by looking to Christ and what he did at the cross, which means that self is no longer being trusted or leaned upon, but rather the Spirit, who functions entirely by means of what Christ did on the cross. Romans 8 and verse 2.